What is up, guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix, and today I have another disturbing story. I've been doing quite a few of these lately, and but this one I really wanted to do this one because it kind of shows how crazy and the real face of Hollywood and a lot of these creators, right? And a lot of these people that get involved into children's show are actually not well intentioned, and they do it for, let's just say, some selfish and self-gratifying reasons. Okay, so the Powerpuff Girls, yes, the Powerpuff Girls, they had a reboot in 2016. And if you grew up with Cartoon Network in the 90s and in the early 2000s, then you know about the Powerpuff Girls. You know, Blossom, Buttercup, Bubbles, right? The three girls, Sugar, Spice, everything nice. Well, there's something going on with the 2016 reboot that is just not right, and it's just very suspicious. And it has to do with the character Jared, right? So this character was actually not in the original Powerpuff Girls. It's a brand new character, and some people are even saying that it's a self-insert. Now, hold on right there. I'll explain in a moment. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell for future notifications. And like this video. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, Japanese culture. If you're into any of that stuff, make sure to subscribe. Now, on with the show. So, the Powerpuff Girls, right? It had a reboot. Came out 2016. They've been rebooting a lot of shows lately. It's just kind of like what, Hollywood doing, whether it's Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney. Reboots are everywhere, right? And it seems to me like a lot of these reboots, they're relaunching them so that these creators can add their own agenda to them, right? And some people have some sick fantasies. Now, the problem that many people have with the reboot is this character named Jared, right? So if you know the original story of the Powerpuff Girls, they're in kindergarten. So the Powerpuff Girls are like about 5-6 years old, something like that, right? And the character Jared, this goofy looking kid, this nerdy kid with glasses, right? He's about like 10-11 years old, so he's a little bit older. He's a little bit older than the Powerpuff Girls, and he tries to make Blossom like fall in love with him, right? So keep in mind, these are kids, and kids, they don't really know what they're doing. So you can kind of see this as an innocent thing, right? It's kind of innocent, right? But, because they're both children, so you don't really see it as anything like crazy, right? It's just kids, learning about life or whatever. But the problem lies behind the creators of the character Jared. Remember, this character was not in the original. Right now, I did a little research. About the writers, the creators, and I stumbled across this guy called Jake Goldman. Now, Jake Goldman is one of the writers for the Powerpuff Girls. So he's been writing for quite a while. He was involved in Futurama, 1999. He was involved in Mother and Child, 2009, and he was one of the writers for the Powerpuff Girls, 2016. Right, so you already know that this guy has like 15 years or more of experience in writing for television. Okay, great. Now, I want you to notice something, that because he's the writer, I want you to take a look at the character of Jared and take a look at Jake Goldman. Right, they both look very similar. Very, very similar with the glasses, the hair. Right, it's almost as if it was a self-insert, right? Now, this would not be so disturbing if it wasn't for the fact that Jake Goldman turns out to be the actual voice actor for Jared. Right? It's kind of weird, right? It's a little bit weird, don't you think? Jared. Right? So, the voice actor looks exactly like the character, and keep in mind that the voice actor is also the writer of the show. I mean, do we or do we not call this a self-insert? So And another detail, remember, this guy, he's been in the industry since like 1999 with Futurama. Maybe longer than that. Maybe he has other works that we don't know about, but he has about 15 years of experience or more. So you know that this guy is about, gee, I don't know, he has to be over 30 years old, maybe hitting 35, maybe almost 40, right? And the self-insert of this guy is him imagining himself with a kindergarten girl. Okay, I mean that's already disgusting, right? That's already disgusting. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about this, but you can tell that this was actually very intentional. You can tell that this was very intentional because he's the writer, the voice actor of the character, and he's right there. He looks like the character. He's voicing the character. And if you would have told me, hey, well, the voice actor looks very different than the character, then in that case, I would have been like, okay, so this is not really a self-insert. It's just kind of like a coincidence. It's just, whatever. It just happened, right? But the guy himself, he's basically kind of like imagining himself with a minor. He's projecting himself into the show. This is what's very disturbing, right? And this is very true with a lot of people in Hollywood. A lot of people in Hollywood, it's like they do these self-inserts. And actually, if you guys remember The Last of Us Part 2, Neil Druckmann, he actually did the same thing with The Last of Us Part 2. That game was very controversial. But look, man, the reason why I talk about this is because we gotta call these people out, and we gotta tell our community what the heck is happening, so that we can vote what shows should get the heck out and what shows should stay. And also the fact that this guy went as far as to do this type of thing, right? Maybe the show could have turned out differently. Maybe the show could have turned out differently if this was not the guy that was running it and writing it and doing this type of thing. But I really don't know what else to say about this because it's just absolutely disgusting. And I'm sure this is not the first time some cartoonist in Cartoon Network or even Nickelodeon has self-inserted himself and imagine himself with a minor, right? It's just crazy to think about, and it's a little bit uncomfortable to talk about, but somebody's got to do it, and somebody's got to call these people out. But hey, guys, whatever you think about this, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of these kinds of videos. Hit the notification bell. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.